All right, check, check. It's not coming through, but here we are. Trinity, St. Thomas. Can't see those numbers all the way down there. That's 17, Danny Ramirez. Yeah, I'm working on it. Thank you. It's working now. If he follows you, good. There's space. If not, you get in turn. Okay, perfect. Sorry, everyone. If this is coming through, we'll get it sorted completely and be ready to go here shortly. Apologies on the audio difficulties. All right, so 4 minutes in, Trinity St. Thomas, and everything worked for the women's game. So we make apologies here for why it did not continue to work. We didn't touch a single thing. It just did not continue on when we started the men's broadcast. So with all of that being said, we missed a lot. So we're going to then get you caught up here in the action for the Kelts. They come in, everybody's sitting at 4-2. Both Trinity and St. Thomas, 4-2-0 on the season. They were tied on losses in the conference with Texas Lutheran and Southwestern, who both sit at 5-2. They play their final game of the season tomorrow against each other. Then Trinity and St. Thomas both have games on Sunday against Centenary and Shriner. Both of those teams sitting at 1-5-1. So you can't jump ahead to Sunday and count those as wins. But if you're looking at two teams that should be in the playoff picture for the conference tournament, both of those teams should be there. They should win their games on Sunday, making this probably the most intriguing matchup and the biggest game that Trinity has had on their home field in regular season in recent memory. It is alumni weekend here on campus, and in attendance are members of the 24-0-0 National Championship 2003 team. And the starting lineup for St. Thomas includes Rodrigo Lazo in goal, Diego Lazo, Angel Ramirez, Tati Alaman, Daniel Flores, Daniel Castro, Ian Alvarez, Ivan Leon, Danny Ramirez, Matthew Turner, and Johan Bernard Lee. And for the Tigers, Austin Woolman between the pipes. It'll be Peter Blank, Jack Eubank, Chen Adji, Louis Instraw, Adam Knudsen, Joseph Curry, John Connor Rule, Jesus Velos, Will Powell, and Michael Meese. Now that we are 6 minutes into this contest, we can finally get situated and bring you the live action. So thank you for staying with us through all of those technical problems, and we are good to go. On the near side, bringing it up for the Tigers, Jack Eubank finds Adji, trying to cut back to the middle of the field. Now, has a man, the shot blocked, and that was Knudsen. Adji, St. Thomas wanted the foul call, not going to get it. Adji tries to get it across. That's going to be poked away by the Kelts momentarily. Now back to the foot of Adji. Got the shot, and a save from Lazo. Now St. Thomas far side trying to bring it across, and that will be played back to the Tigers. Trying to find the centering pass. That was Will Powell. Could not find it. Aleman, center of the field, gives it away far side. St. Thomas in the all gray, Trinity in the all black. Aleman will send that from distance, and Willman will let it go out of play. He'll take the goal kick. And another look. Adji with the shot. Lazo. Great deflection. And the ultimate clearance there from Angel Ramirez plays it away. Eubank sends it up the middle. Meese trying to find the foot of it. That one deflected out by Flores. I beg your pardon, that was played out by Ramirez. St. Thomas's jerseys are just fine with the contrast. It's just my eyes can't see the red and the gray that well together. And so if I struggle with the names for St. Thomas during this game, I sincerely apologize. Hopefully I'll be able to correct myself on replays or other as they cross closer to me. Trinity a little bit easier on my eyes with the black and the white. So that'll bring forward Meese giving chase. I believe that's Ramirez back there as well, and he'll clear. Now plays it near side, Diego Lazo into the middle of the field, but that's going to be taken away by Joseph Curie. Rule from the back line, he'll kick it back, and Willman will take the touch. He has to play it on the ground, and he does. Sets it up, bombs it away. They find far side. Looking for Powell, and Trinity will take the throw, and they do so quickly. Aggie has good speed, and quickly the Kelts come back on defense. Played all the way back to Rule. Has come up off the back line. Jesus Velos getting into the mix. Now plays it back. Eubank sends that one back across. Peter Blank sends a strong effort in. Kept in by Knutson. A little flick pass on to Meese. Can't get it to cross. Nice defensive play from Bernard Lee. Now he sends a nice ball up ahead. Velos there with the header to hold up the Celt attack. As Daniel Flores couldn't quite get to the end of it, and then that one's played out. There's nobody there with Flores making his running attack. Velos looking for somebody to throw this into. Settles for Knutson right in front of him. Meese gave charge, but it was late. Would have been wide open, and this one turned over. And the Tigers fight back for it. It's Instrel. Now he plays it far side. I believe that's Powell all the way on the opposite side of the field. Give back. Joseph Curie tripped up. They're going to play the advantage. And then the tackle comes across, and they're going to stop the clock. And the first card of the game is going to be given. And it's going to be on the first attack. On number 24, Matthew Turner. So the free kick now for Trinity. I'll take another look at it. That was the second attack, and the card comes for the first one. The second slide tackle just made it to where they stopped the advantage. I expect a physical game between these two squads. Both of them fairly talented, but also this is what you are wanting from a Division III men's soccer matchup. Strength versus strength. Both of these teams highly competitive. Both of them knowing what's at stake here. A loss and you need help. A win and you're basically in. It would take some craziness. A win and you're maybe the 2 seed, although that doesn't really matter too much. Thomas playing at home in that tournament. And that one sent in, looking for John Connor Rule, and Lazo coming out to snare that one out of the field, or out of the air, and then drop that one to the ground. I think that was his own teammate that caused the deflection, but Rule was in the area trying to circle back to the back line for himself. Play just continued on. Now Ramirez sends it all the way far side. And Thomas with a decent run. They send in a very nice ball, and Willman's going to cover. And he does a great job to keep that from bouncing away, as Aleman was right there on top of him. If that took a deflection, probably looking at an early Celt lead. While we were muted, basically, mentioned that Aleman leading the conference in goals with 16 points with 35. Aggie for the Tigers currently tied for third with 5 assists, one off the conference lead. 2 Pirates of Southwestern both have 6. So both of these two teams have some offensive firepower. If it were to get all the way down the line, could be looking at a 4-way tie for second place. It's a possibility. You would need a draw here in this game, and then both of these teams to win on Sunday, and you would need a draw from TLU and Southwestern tomorrow. Now, Bernard Lee trying to make the run. Nice little flick pass past Velos. Now Lazo plays back. Danny Ramirez who sends that one all the way across field. And that'll be finally picked up on the far side by the Kelts. Now the Tigers will take possession. And a nice move to momentarily get past the defense from Curry. That one played all the way back to Rodrigo Lazo. He gives it back to his back line to play it forward. Velos trying to find Meese. It wasn't strong enough. And back on defense was Danny Ramirez. And now Ramirez, I don't think he was expecting the pass. Didn't play it very well and almost had that one taken away. Fortunately, falls to Matthew Turner, who's able to play it over to his left side and retain possession. Both of these teams ranked at some point during the year. Both of these teams not ranked currently. Both of them regionally ranked. Or I believe both of them are regionally ranked. I need to double check that. I know the SCAC's got quite a few teams regionally ranked. I don't know if they've got all 5. Tigers taking it around the back line. Now Blank in the middle. Far side Rule will look to send it down. Good air underneath it. Finds Aggie. And that one will be headed out. Tigers will retain possession. St. Thomas with the throw on the far side. Find Turner, takes a spin, finds Ramirez. And that'll get lost. Will Powell for the Tigers. Send it back to Rule, over to Blank. Now back to Rule. Likes to send it deep. Little medium chip shot to Aggie. Heads it on. And then a foot into the face as Knudsen was going for the kick. And that's going to draw blood, so we're going to take a short clock stoppage here. Let's see if we can get that sorted. I'll take another look. See Knudsen trying to body off the back and just foot to the face. Get some of the eyelids caught up there, and you can kind of see you got the scratch across the front of the face. That is Ivan Leone. And because the clock stopped, he will have to come off momentarily. So we'll see if St. Thomas wants to sub for him or wait until the whistle blows and send him right back on. They might have to, if he's actually bleeding, they might have to bandage him real quick and then do all of that. So we'll see if they want to wait. I think they're asking head coach Alex Baez if he wants to bring in a sub. And looks like Leone's going to say he's good to go. So he'll come to the center. And as soon as this is put into play, he can jump back in. Somehow Ramirez sends it over. We are back to live play. Thank everybody for tuning in and bearing with us early on with the audio difficulties. That's something we got to get checked out. Second time that's actually happened to us with the continuation of the women's game system we have. Just audio through IP still has some kinks to get worked out. This one now played over. Bernard Lee. Veloz on defense. That one's kicked out. Last touch, I believe, to Trinity. Yes, it is. And now the quick throw into Mies. Doesn't have a whole lot of options. Actually gives it away. Lazo bringing it across. Diego Lazo. And nice job settling. Ramirez will send that one all the way across field. Still have a number there on that far sideline. And whistle was blown. Heard the St. Thomas bench saying handball earlier, so it might be foul call here against Trinity. And that it is. So the Kelts with quite a few standing at the top of the 18. We'll look to send this one in. And a nice little chip shot, but it's not going to go far enough. Didn't quite get into the box enough, but it'll be a throw here for St. Thomas. They retain the possession.
Stay in there, Yvonne. Pick up the seconds, Ramirez. The seconds, Ramirez.
And a nice long throw. Headed on, and the foul called against St. Thomas. A really quick whistle there. And that will give clearance out for Willman. And he'll play it quickly. Eubank on the near side. Mies gives over for Veloz. And Knudsen will send it back across the back line. Rule far side now. Will dribble it across. Now to the foot of Curry. Nice little one touch with Mies. Mies a little too long on his touch. And here come the Kelts all the way back. They've got a little bit of a run. And then sliding tackle from Knudsen will take away possession, and the foul will go against Daniel Flores. And a quick look at that one. Great job here from Knudsen to get it. And then just the inadvertent from Flores. I mean, Knudsen had him pretty much wrapped up, and I think as Flores turned, he prevented Knudsen from being able to get up. That's the foul call. Completely inadvertent, but unfortunately for the Kelts, it does go against them. Fortunately for the Kelts, they have played well here on that inbound, and they have now got a shot here at a run. Willman coming up. That shot's going to be flicked on, and it's going to go just wide. And an opportunity missed for Daniel Castro. He broke away from the rest of the field. We'll take another look. Willman hesitated, but he got just enough of it to deflect it. Made that angle almost impossible for Castro, who looks like early on I thought maybe Castro had just hit it wide, but that one flicked on. And it goes out for the corner. Willman doing a good job of recovering after a brief hesitation on whether or not to come out and get it or not. That one short, and Nagy will head it out. Turner sends it back in. And that was Curry heading it back to the back line. Bernard Lee. And the two teams just paddle it across back and forth. Mies far side for Trinity, trying to play it out. We've got a St. Thomas player down. I saw the player go down. I didn't see what precipitated it, but his head is And at some point, the ref should have blown the whistle as they've played right back between the two. And now I think St. Thomas is going to get another hit here as Meese goes down. And I don't know if he's looking at retaliation, but he's going over to check the first player. Meese is back up on his feet. But St. Thomas player is still down. And here's a good look at what precipitated it. Meese, a little bit of a head bump there. Yeah, and you don't want to see head-to-head contact. And they're going to go over. I believe now to talk to Meese. I don't know if they're going to go check on Meese or if he's going to go issue a card to Meese. So I don't know if he saw it live. But then there was a whole lot of play that went right over the top of the down player. Get another look here for Meese. That was after the fact as he went down. Yeah, I think there just needs to be more eyes set to the field. I think you need to see the first one. And the official, I think, doing a good job right now of going over to all the parties. I haven't seen him talk to Meese yet, but going over to all the parties and having a conversation with everybody. I think trying to keep this game in check. We know that it's going to be high tension, high energy from both teams. Two very talented teams, two very strong offensive teams, two very good defensive teams, and both basically playing for their playoff life here. Trinity lost to Texas Lutheran in the regular season. St. Thomas lost to Southwestern. Both also lost to Colorado, who sits undefeated at the top. But because they've lost to two different teams, that's where all the intrigue comes in tomorrow, because if the winner of this game has the team that they lost to lose tomorrow, then they will be out, theoretically. If the team that they lost to wins, then the team that loses here could very well find themselves taking the last spot in the postseason. I'm sure it'll be cleared up more on scacsports.com, but for those that have already looked at it and been following, you know that basically you want to take care of business here tonight and Sunday, and it makes it a lot easier for you to figure out what you've got to do. If these two teams draw, then the matchups tomorrow become really interesting because neither beat Colorado. Then you would have to go to whoever wins that game tomorrow to figure out who makes the tournament off of a draw here today, assuming that both win on Sunday. So you would go in pecking order down the rest of the field. Of course, Trinity losing to Texas Lutheran would then want Texas Lutheran to lose because they had beaten Southwestern. They want Southwestern to be in the number 2 spot. If that game happens to be a draw, and this one's a draw, and both teams won on Sunday, then you've got a 4-way tie at the top. And good luck to the conference office. That one eventually, I think, as we looked at it, I think goes to goal differential. Or not goal differential. Goals allowed in conference is where it would ultimately fall to. So then you want to keep all your scoring low on Sunday, or all of your goals allowed to nil on Sunday to have a better shot at this. As pretty much all 4 teams are pretty much square at 6 goals allowed so far, but Southwestern TOU basically already having played a game on both of these two teams. That one played all the way back. That'll be kicked over to Wilman. Doesn't have a whole lot of time. May have played around with it too much, but does get it off. Now Curry tries to find in the midfield. Instrel. To Meese, has Aggie on a run. And I think fortunate that he wasn't called for a dive on that one. That was a hard but good challenge from my perspective. And it may have taken Meese off of his feet. We'll see if we can maybe get a replay of it later. But Trinity now with the Kelt player down. The flag goes up on Aggie. And we'll see if we have that. No dive, but definitely a good, clean tackle there. And the official right on top of it. Meese did get his feet tangled up, which led to that. But the tackle coming in. Nice job on defense for the Kelts. Was Angel Ramirez making another strong defensive play. Second or third time I've called out his name. May have said it earlier before the audio was actually connected. Foul against the Kelts. Trinity Minstrel tried to play it quick, then takes a breather and plays it over to the opposite side. Now Veloz tries to cut back. He's got some room in the middle of the field. Over to Knudsen. Far side, Powell sends it across. Agee puts a head on it. Deflection, Mies keeps it out, but not the second time. And he gets it past Lazo for the goal. Michael Mies puts the Tigers up 1-0. And here you'll get a look at the whole sequence once again. Beautiful ball played in. Agee got the header on it. Lazo, great job on the first deflection and fantastic job on the second, but then just had nothing left as Mies had basically an extra 5 yards of space to put it onto the back of the net right there. Fantastic job from Rodrigo Lazo, but a better job from the Tigers and Michael Mies to get that one past, and it's 1-0 early. Here's where under 22 to play in the first. Just past the halfway part of the first half. So it takes St. Thomas looking to settle back in, now trailing by a goal. They'll play it long and deep, headed forward by the Tigers, now to the foot of Curry. Gets it over to Knudsen. Finds Mies, lets it run by, so he's got the run. He's got Agee. Now Agee, defender falls down, and the foul's going to get called to the dismay of the Trinity side. I think they were looking for inadvertent foot tangling. But Agee might have gotten a hand on the back. Looked real close live. See another look at it. It's hard to tell. It's just really hard to tell. Those hands came up in defense. Could have also just been him looking to make his run. Nonetheless, it was called a foul. Now Agee, left side. Brilliant tackle once again from Angel Ramirez. Knudsen follows up with another one of his own. And then that one, two come together, deflected out. Referee says St. Thomas ball. Fantastic tackling there in the open field from both sides. Angel Ramirez and Adam Knudsen putting on a clinic here of how to do it. Both of them multiple times today. Great open field tackles. Bernard Lee brings it up the right side. Now the flick over. Daniel Flores. He's got some space. Aleman. Haven't said his name in a while. Good control. Doesn't have a whole lot of space to turn, though. Might give it a shot from distance, and he does. You see why he's got 16 goals. That came in strong and quick and had some curve to it, but Willman all over it. Aleman 16 on the season. And the handball not called. And Thomas will play on. Diego Lazo sends it all the way across field. Bernard Lee into the middle. Daniel Hernandez asking for it back, but instead they try to play it into the box. Bernard Lee finds it. Now Aleman asking for the handball, and it wasn't called a minute ago, and it's not called there. Booted ahead. Mies will give chase, but won't get to it first. Leon plays it back to Lazo. Lazo now sitting So we'll take another look, see if it is a handball. It could have definitely been called, I think. Hard to tell from that head-on angle like that whether or not he touched it or not. His hand could have just been behind it, but the AR didn't see it. The official didn't see it. Now shot from distance will go wide. Michael Meese at the 22nd minute putting Trinity on top. St. Thomas over the last 5 have been battling back. Aleman had a shot that had potential, but man on your picture, Woman coming up with a big save. Sent down, Knutson doesn't get it. First ball to Danny Ramirez. Now Bernard Lee. And Knutson winning another open field ball. Tries to play it over to Agee. Trinity will still have possession after that one was played back to the midfield. Minstrel up ahead. Agee might have had it for a second, but the play coming back on defense had it taken away. Eubanks, last man back, heads it forward. Now Bernard Lee. Still on the run. Momentarily had it taken away. Curry and Bernard Lee doing a fantastic job so far, and then eventually gets the tackle, the foul from Peter Blank. And St. Thomas will have a free kick here. 16 minutes to go. Take another look. Bernard Lee, just fantastic job. Yeah, and you can see he gets the back heel. He'll mark off the 10 here. Four on the line now for the Tigers. Woman thinks he has the inside blocked off. And the shot flicked over. Out for a corner. That was Danny Ramirez almost leveling this one at 1. Woman just getting enough of that one to flick it over. Now the vaunted downhill corner here. Paul McGinley sent in, headed out. Redirected, back in, flicked on high. St. Thomas will have to resettle. They can. This hesitation move, sends it in. Peter Blank got ahead on that one. And now the Tigers have the chance for a counter. Meese has it played out. Knutson was giving run. Now he'll draw back. Agee had a step, but the defense comes, and that'll be a Trinity throw. Nice slide tackle here from Flores. And Velos for the throw. Play it to his back line. Eubank looking to reverse direction. St. Thomas all over it. They'll let J.C. Roll work his way in. John Connor will send it forward. Bernard Lee, only man to take that one. And a good challenge here into the middle from Danny Ramirez. Substitution here for the Tigers. It'll be Braden Shuey.
For the Tigers, number 16, Braden Shuey.
Shuey will come in for Meese. And I think also trying to get it in on this sub will be Natalia Rodriguez.
And for the Kelts, Number 37, Italo Rodriguez.
Italo Rodriguez goes on for Daniel Flores. So Meese and Flores off. Shuey and Rodriguez on. Curry was hoping that one would bounce over. Bernard Lee dribble that one out and across. And Will Powell play that one nicely all the way to his backside. J.C. Rule now quickly on the flip side. Tries to get it for Powell. Powell with a quick run. Aggie had defenders in front of him as he made the turn. And St. Thomas will at least hold it up, if not take possession. And all they did was hold it up because now Aggie with it on his foot. Left foot's free. Over to Curry. Curry brings it back to the right side. The shot. Lazo stretches out and gets the save. I don't think Curry got all of what he wanted on that one. Now Instrol goes for distance and tails away. Take another look at it. Did he slip? No, he got a good look at it. Just bounced it off. So Lazo just comes up strong. Got a good look at it, but he did fall backward, so maybe didn't get quite everything he needed on it. So Trinity with their goal scorer out still have quite a few options up front. And the conference leading goal scorer for St. Thomas still patrolling the area. Hasn't gotten a whole lot of action. Had a shot early on in the game and then had another one a few minutes back. Danny Ramirez, far side. Sends it over to Italo Rodriguez. Works his way onto the inside and then has that one pierced away. Out for another Kelt corner. It'll be their third. Would not expect this one to end up 1-0. Two teams offensively can easily put a couple back across the keepers. So far today, both defensive lines actually doing a fantastic job stepping up for the occasions. Another look here at the corner as it was fed in. Woolman deflecting that one out. He's been crucial in goal for the Tigers. The most that St. Thomas has given up all year has been 2. It was a 2-2 draw to Division II St. Edwards. And they also gave up 2 in that matchup against Texas Lutheran. They've given up a goal apiece in their last 2 at Dallas and at home versus Centenary. Now Aggie plays it across. Shot taken on here from Jack Downs. Kelts have a little bit of time. Diego Lazo send it all the way across. Trying to find Italo Rodriguez. Couldn't quite do it. But they'll maintain possession. Danny Ramirez going to have that one poked away from Hunter Kane right at Bernard Lee. Hunter Kane dribbling up the inside, found Knudsen. Knudsen finds Hunter Kane. Trinity bench asking for the foul on the push into the back of Kane. Official was right there on top of it. Says play on. Rodriguez, far side. And chased down by Downs. Cuts back into the middle. Sends that one in. Aleman. Acrobatic shot. Blocked. Still staying with it. That one out across. It'll be another corner, the 4th of the game. 8 minutes ticking down. Aleman with 2 chances there. Couldn't quite get either of them past his defender. Both of them athletic plays nonetheless, and you can see the power coming off the shot that he basically had his back turned. Didn't have quite a good look at the goal and still was able to get something off that might have found goal had it not been for the defensive block. This one drilled in, sent out. Trying to settle and eventually playing it over is going to be Daniel Hernandez. That one played in, far side, and Woman, I didn't see who got the final touch on that one, but Woman comes up with the save. Would have had to have been a shot there from the Kelts, because had they been played down by the Tigers, that's a rare back pass for a penalty. Tigers had one of those earlier this year where they took the penalty shot from about 3 yards away from the goal. Now Knutson send it to his far back line. The rule on the far side. Six and a half here left first half. Jack Downs trying to find Will Powell, but it's played just beyond his reach. It'll be out for a Kelt throw. Danny Ramirez plays that one up ahead and ultimately played back. Daniel Castro. Lee. Aleman's going to get called here against Knutson. He was saying, my hands were up. What do you want me to do? The official saying, I don't know, got him with the body early on. Official was right on top of it. It's a call he made. So Peter Blank will send this one down. And Blank finding Adji into the foot of Instrol, but he couldn't keep it down. Telo Rodriguez trying to send it, flip the field, but he sends it out of play. Hunter Kane will pick it up, look for the quick throw, couldn't find anybody, and he'll play it back. Instrol will play it back to Blank, over to Eubank. Little chip shot trying to feed it in. Knutson had it for a moment. Could have been a foul called there against Trinity. They play the advantage. Jack Downs would have been called for it. And then Trinity takes it away. Hunter Kane coming back on defense. They can't keep possession. Danny Ramirez once again. Now Aleman, and he scores! Just as impressive as the shots he has taken. A rare combination of just pure power and finesse. My goodness. That was rocketed across as he was falling down. Tati Aleman, 17th of the season. That is your conference leader, and for good reason. I said earlier, we don't expect this to stay 1-0. Two high-powered teams. Both highly up there in the entire Division III for points per game. Now Knutson, I think if he had let that play for Kane, they might have had a better opportunity, but he didn't hear that he was there.
In for the Tigers, number 7, Kent Anderson.
And I think we've seen two fantastic goals. One just an individual performance there from Aleman. The other one from Mies back early on. A fantastic just staying with it. It was fantastic save from Lazo, and then Mies buried it, staying with it. And then Aleman on the other side. That's the third shot that I think that he's just absolutely drilled in a way that just he hasn't had a chance to sit there and just line up a shot without falling down or having a defender hanging off of him. And all of them have just been rocketed into the goal. Woolman got a hand on one, deflected it out, saved the other one quite easily, and then that one just no chance. Now Rodriguez trying to play back. It's back. Zach Anderson. And trying to take the lead to the break with under 3 to play now. Kelts looking to push forward once again. Trinity had done a pretty good job on Aleman, just not letting the feed get into him early on. He stayed with it here the last few minutes. He's gotten a few more shots off, but he did go for about 20 to 25 minutes without even touching the ball, really. Trinity defense had looked really good, just keeping it away from opportunity. Now, what do they have here? Into the box, but it's deflected away. St. Thomas stays with it. I'm going to say no foul, and now Trinity on the counter. He's got Downs. Can't play it out ahead of time, though. Anderson will play it back. Powell. Now Adji's got room to run. Now Downs is out in front. Adji will slow it down. What's he want to do? Is he going to bring it back to the middle? Yeah, sort of. Brings it to Instrol. Now they'll flip it. Anderson takes it to his back line. Eubank got a lot of room in front of him. He'll go for goal, and he makes it too easy on Lazo. Nice idea, but he just didn't put enough underneath it. Didn't have enough movement on the ball. We have a slight win, but nothing that's going to take that one off course. Under a minute and a half. Yeah, St. Thomas asking for that foul. There was none there. That was a great job from Braden Shuey working past the defender. Defender just stood there trying to draw a foul, and Shuey just worked his way past him. And then Trinity gives it away on the long ball up ahead. We got 1 minute to go. Now we're going to stop the clock. And it's going over to the player. I don't know if it's a check or a conversation. It looks like more of a conversation. I don't know if something was said. So I didn't see anything happen on the field. As he was talking to Daniel Castro. But they're ready to play on. And then JC Roll with a nice little back kick to play it into the middle. Now Eubank, 40 seconds to play. Instrol not in a hurry over to Rule. And now back for Blank. Eubank sends it in. Downs. Had a turn. Gives it to Anderson. 20 seconds. Anderson, far side. That'll go to St. Thomas. Powell with the steal. Trinity with an opportunity. Shuey can't get around it. Now Adji just can't make the turn in time, and that will take us to the break. We're level at 1. Michael Mies. Tati Aleman finding the back of the net. And we'll be back for the second half here in a moment. Watching Tiger Network, Trinity and St. Thomas here on this Friday night from San Antonio. And welcome back to San Antonio. Two squads level on shots. Trinity with a touch more shots on goal. Just means more saves for Lazo and the Kelts. Fouls relatively low. It's been relatively a very well clean played game. And then see the advantage there. 4-0 on the corners. Hasn't really led to anything for the Kelts, but just having that going a little bit beyond what Trinity's been able to pull together. And 1-1, and talking about the 2 goals at halftime, pretty much what we mentioned earlier. Just an incredible goal for Mies, just to stay with it. It was fantastic. It was a double save from Lazo. And then Mies stayed with it, and then was able to pound it into the back of the net, pretty much uncontested. And then on the other side, just a professional level goal from Tati Aleman, number 17 on the season for Aleman, to pace the entire conference. The SCAC Golden Boot for Aleman pretty much locked up. And these two squads still fighting. This one level at 1. Start the second half the same way we started the first. Both level, but now just 45 minutes for these two teams to separate themselves. Otherwise, they both will need the outcome of tomorrow's Texas Lutheran Southwestern game to fall their way to claim that final spot. And actually, I believe if they draw here and win on Sunday, there is a chance that they would actually move into the 3rd seed and not have to play Colorado College in the opening game if there is a result non-draw tomorrow between the Bulldogs and Pirates. So good luck figuring out everything, all the scenarios that are still possible. We'll know a lot more within 24 hours. Thank you for joining us here on this Friday evening. Aleman standing over the ball to kick us off for the second half. St. Thomas in the all gray. They will now go from right to left. Trinity in the all black. They will go from left to right. And here we go. The final 45 ahead of us. And 2 players down to the ground. Aleman comes up, doubled over. And in the first 12 seconds, we've got a lot of contact, but nothing called until now. And it'll be Trinity ball. So I mentioned it is alumni weekend here on campus, and we've got the members of the 2003 squad in attendance tonight. It was 20 years since the Tigers went unbeaten, 24-0-0, claiming program's first national championship. And something that the SCAC might have multiple members of the conference competing for when it's all said and done as the NCAA makes their selections. And this is Aleman, who got hit earlier in the side, and he has now finally doubled over and fallen to the ground. You hate to see this because he doubled over earlier. He's holding that side, and then the pain continued with him. And there'll be a sub for Aleman. It's going to be Leonardo Mansour. And so Mansour comes in. We welcome him to the game, but we hope for speedy recovery and re-entry here for Aleman, because you never want to see that.
Italo, Ian, be aware, you have 2 there. Now you go. Just stand.
Now Trinity will work it into their offensive half. Curry with the step. Knudsen back to Curry. Curry looking to change direction. Loses it. Adji comes up on the other end. Still fighting. Looking to work it down. Trinity still staying with it, but they'll play it back out to maybe get a little bit better look at it. And no foul called. Trinity wanted it, and immediately you could hear from the bench. No way. Now, Mies couldn't get the touch. Went too far off his foot. And so we will resettle. Let's take another look at this one. Knutson. Yeah, that could have been called. If it's in midfield, I think that's called. I don't know, why there would be a difference if it's played at the top of the box or not, but I think that's one that's probably called in the open midfield, right? Maybe it's just me. I know St. Thomas fans will disagree wholeheartedly, but got to feel that there might have been something there. And then the player goes to ground here. He's doubled over in pain, wincing now. I believe that's Danny Ramirez. And St. Thomas will look to play on. And Ramirez back to his feet, still uncomfortable. Now, I don't know if it was shot or cross. Ramirez standing, but still in discomfort. Because he's standing up, the referee looks over and sees him standing, so he's not going to blow the whistle. And it looks like Danny Ramirez is going to try to fight through this, but if I'm Coach Baez, I might just send somebody in real quick. You can resub the starters here in the second half, so I might send somebody in because if he's the back line for St. Thomas, he could get beat fairly easily with the way that he is walking around right now. He does not look like he's in full shape. We'll see if this changes as the ball gets played over. No, he's still he's definitely not faking, but he's gingerly coming across. Talo Rodriguez near side, trying to fight past Joseph Curry. Curry will have that one played back out of his defense. Diego Lazo sends it all the way across. Headed forward by the Tigers to the foot of Knutson. Eubank. Strong left foot up the side, but fought through Bernard Lee. And Lazo will give way to Leon, and Leon will play it forward. Lazo near side. Angel Ramirez. Powell trying to keep his defender in front. He'll kick back. Taking a shot off the aerial attempt from Daniel Flores. And advantage given to Trinity. We'll take the foul. Now they play it quickly ahead. Adji didn't like that it was played so quickly, and then St. Thomas recipients of possession. Flipped ahead now. Bernard Lee, very quick on the far side. Creating his own space, plays it in, hit it out. Peter Blank, or excuse me, J.C. Rule. Rule flips over for Eubank. Eubank, nice strong left foot over to Adji. He's going to try to run it down. He's got it. Now he beats his defender. And defender comes back. And defender plays it well, keeps it in front of him, not out for a kick or a throw. And now Adji comes back, has it in the box. And beautiful defense there from St. Thomas. Now Powell will resettle here for Trinity. Brings it out. Curry tries to get past Rodriguez. Does. Gets past the second defender. Now he can cross it in. And Lazo comes up and stops it himself to Rodrigo Lazo. Takes away the cross. Nagy was there to try to make a play on it. And we're back to that high-intensity pace that we saw for much of the first half. Tello Rodriguez flicks out. Ian Alvarez into the middle of the box. The shot, and it's in! Daniel Castro. And then the acrobatics to go with it. And we'll take another look at it. Castro had it settle, had the space. And then the absolute drill. And then the full somersault. Some extension there, too. 2-1 to the Kelts. Trinity will need to fight back. Might have had a chance themselves moments ago. Nagy could not get one off.
Don't let him inside, Italo. I don't want him inside. Now we there. We stand. Beautiful. Up, 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 up.
Curry in for Meese. Still has it. Might have taken a deflection. Nagy will recover. That one sent across. It's going to go too far. Curry couldn't get to the back of it. Out for a goal kick. Daniel Castro putting St. Thomas ahead. They were down 1-0 early. 20 minutes in, it was Michael Meese. Tati Alaman drew us level towards the end of the first half. Now Castro putting the Kelts up ahead. And we'll have a sub coming in here. And that goal coming with Alaman on the bench. We're down, doubled over in pain. 2 minutes into this half. Castro coming up, not only huge with the goal, but clutch with St. Thomas' star attacker out of the lineup. Now Instraw played all the way across. Veloz scans the field. Still doesn't see anything he likes. Dribbles back. Instraw.
Stand, stand.
Over for Powell.
Yes, sir.
Unforced error. Give it back to the Kelts.
For St. Thomas, number 21, Daniel Espinosa.
And substitutions coming on. Be Daniel Espinosa. He will take over for Daniel Hernandez.
It's our home. It's our home. It's our home.
Now Curry. And a foul given. I'd have to see a replay on that one. Yeah, the defender just never made a play on the ball. Took to the defender instead of the ball. And that'll get you the call there. So Eubank will stand over the top of this one. Looks to be about 24 to 25 yards out, but at the angle, you have to swing it in. sent. Bounces around. Meese, and he's got his second. Michael Meese with his brace, and that draws us level once again, 2-2. Off the set piece here. Well played in from Eubank.
Goal for the Tigers by Michael Meese.
First one was J.C. Roll. Might have been the St. Thomas player that got it first. Maybe Roll didn't get a piece of it. And then Michael Meese all over the backside of that one. And Lazo was just left nowhere. His own player may have taken away his opportunity to punch that one out. And the Tigers draw back level. I still don't think we're done scoring. Had a feeling that we were going to have a high-scoring game. We're halfway there. I mentioned two of the better-ranked teams in all of NCAA Division III offensively. Now Diego Lazo gives it a shot. Now it's going to be blocked out. Go for another corner. The fifth of the game here for the Kelts. So just off your screen. Can't quite see St. Thomas bench obstructing my view. I've got a great look at it. Obstructing my view of this corner, but get a good look at the box. Everybody waiting in anticipation. That one goes far side, and it's just too far. It was struck well as he runs off the field. We can see a look at his number. Yeah, Diego Lazo struck it well from distance, but needed it to stay out towards the pitch a little bit more than it did. Blank sends to Rule. As normal, he likes to dribble it across if they give it to him. Finds Meese on the other side. Will Powell works his way through. Now into the box. And the shot goes wide. You could hear the audible gasp. Goals per game coming in. St. Thomas, 9th in the country, 3.36. Get another look at Will Powell. Just misses. He gets any kind of bend on that one. Got the far post right there. So 3.36 for St. Thomas. And Trinity, 27th in the country, 2.92 coming in. So two top 30 teams in goals per game. That one down on the ground. Somehow Willman comes up with it. St. Thomas fans might have thought they almost had the third one as that one hit the ground. The Trinity fans may have gasped. But Willman does corral. Trinity, last time out, losing to Colorado 3-2. Of course, Tiger fans that saw that one. An own goal, the difference there from the Tigers. And for St. Thomas, been on a roll since losing to Colorado 1-0 and Southwestern 1-0 early in the month. Took a 3-2 victory over Texas Lutheran. That was a gauntlet for them. Had Colorado, Southwestern, and Texas Lutheran all at home. Lost 2 of the 3 And if you watch that Texas Lutheran game, it could have been all three very easily. Could have been at least a draw. That one was wild in its own right. But they have responded, coming up huge with Austin, Dallas, and Centenary all falling in defeat against St. Thomas. This arguably maybe their first real competition of that nature that they played in that gauntlet, the teams at the top of the table. They've responded well here in the opening frame, the opening 60 minutes of this one. That one headed out, and just enough of it from Velos. Trinity, on the other hand, losing a game to Texas Lutheran, defeating Southwestern, and then, of course, that Colorado game that we just talked about, an own goal sends them packing on their way.
In for the Kelts, number 30, Garcia.
St. Thomas also leading the country, tied in the dubious red cards on the year. They have 6. Of course, that TOU matchup, a big part of it. Without that game, it's probably middle of the pack. St. Thomas wants the handball, and then the shot comes from distance, but it's blocked. Now Mies has Agee, and he's got the run. Can he make it all the way in? Lazo comes out, and Shin Agee gives the Tigers a 3-2 lead here with under 30 to play. Took the opening goal, conceded the next 2, and then they fight back. They've got the next 2, and the lead once again. Mies with the assist. Beautifully played into Agee. Only question was he going to be able to beat the defender and beat Lazo coming out? He did both and played it in brilliantly. And the Tigers back on top. So reset the scoreboard here real quick. Trinity on top on the board, 3-2. 8 shots on goal, just 4 for St. Thomas. That can't be right. They had 4 earlier. They've got to at least have 5. So 5 for St. Thomas at the minimum, because they had 4 in the first half. 5 corners for the Kelts, none for Trinity, and that's significant because Trinity comes in 5th in the nation, 7.85 corners per contest. They have none to this point so far. Haven't needed them. 3 goals already without taking a corner. Peter Blank sends that one down. And Ramirez brings that one across. It's played over Talo Rodriguez. Ultimately, Trinity will come up with it. Now Mies plays it back. Knutson didn't like what he saw in front of him, so he plays it all the way back to Eubank. Now they'll find Agee. He's got some work to do. Has Velos in front. Decides to keep it. Nicely done from St. Thomas on the far side. Bernard Lee. And then Agee tries to fight back. And then Knutson fights back, but he'll take the card as he takes out Bernard Lee on the run. And the yellow to Knutson. You see Agee with the first attempt, gets the ball. Nice clean tackle there. Bernard Lee keeps moving. And that one just late. Wasn't high, but it was late.
number 16, Grayson Shuey.
So Shuey back in for the Tigers.
Daniel Flores.
And Flores back in for the Kelts. Tala Rodriguez will depart, as will I'll have to check. Didn't see who came off for Trinity. This one sent in. Didn't quite make the box. Trinity will play it around in the air. Now to the foot of Knutson. Enstro will play it back. Eubank. You've got Curry with some space on the near side if they want it. Shuey will play. Powell. And tried to find Curry, but it just falls flat. That one taken by Diego Garcia. Danny Ramirez looking a lot better than he did earlier. Now back up to full speed. And this one not offside. And the Kelts inside the box have it blocked away. Veloz still on his feet. And ultimately just plays it forward back to the midfield line. The Kelts will recover and try to regroup. Powell heads it forward. Now Curry's got space to run. There's Ramirez. He needs the beat. And he does, and the foul with Ramirez. So the free kick here for Trinity. That'll be Peter Blank standing over the top. Gives himself a little bit more space, flicking it on. Headed out early on. Veloz take the second touch. Knutson working his way through into the box, still going. Looking to make the corner turn, can't quite. And Rodrigo Lazo will come and collect. Danny Ramirez momentarily sends it the opposite way. Now they bring it back. Have not seen Alemán since 2 minutes into this half. But he is standing right next to us over here. He's got the yellow penny on. Don't know if he's getting ready to check in or if he's just taking in the sights. Curry goes to ground, but I don't think he's going to get the call. Now Powell steps in front of the pass. Curry's played offside, and then that one, nice tackle there from Angel Ramirez, as he has done throughout this contest. Stepping up big on defense, and now stoppage. And try to send Powell down to the correct spot for the throw-in. And we're back underway. Meese, a little bit of a jersey tug, but nothing there. Now St. Thomas trying to play it through. Too many Trinity defenders in the way, and then the foul will come off of Leonardo Mansour, and he's the one that came on for Alemán earlier. Coach Baez asking if Alemán's able to make a run for it the last 22. Kind of gave a nod of approval, but I think he needs to get bandaged. So we'll see. Danny Ramirez flicks it in. Willman will come in and collect. Opportunity there for St. Thomas, so they couldn't capitalize. Had a runner on the far side. I believe that was Bernard Lee. But then the defense stepped in front of him and blocked off his pathway, and Willman came to collect. Halfway done here in the second half. Flick forward by Knudsen, but only to the St. Thomas players. Garcia plays it over for Ramirez. Danny Ramirez has a runner. Flores. Flores into the top of the box, and he's offside. Got the feed pulled up here and just looking at that one. Flores, if he was off, it was by a half step or less. It was close. Now Knudsen, if he can get to it, he's got nothing in front of him. Plays through, top of the box, he's going to get the free kick. No, still going with Meese. Knudsen still on ground. Play continues on. Kelts with an advantage, played out by Curry, and that'll be a St. Thomas throw. You've still got a defender down, and the official will check. Now the clock stoppage, and Knudsen will look.
And for St. Thomas, number 37, Italo Rodriguez.
Italo Rodriguez back in, and Diego Lazo will have a break.
For the Tigers, number 5, Chen Adji.
Chen Adji, they're going to take, right down here. Chen Adji going to take a re-entry for Knudsen. And Aleman looking to check back in. They're going to make him wait until the next one. So down a goal, Aleman looking to check back in. This Cannon earlier leveled the game at 1. Now Meese has 2 himself with an assist. He can't make it play forward. But Enstrel is looking around, can't find anything. And they're playing it back. They'll be played out, and Aleman will return. He's in for Mansour. We got 20 minutes. If results hold, Trinity in good shape to make the postseason tournament. At the moment, St. Thomas needs help. They can help themselves by at least drawing it level. That one played back. Powell goes to ground, and the referee does not make a call. It looked like he was coming in to make the call, and then he didn't. And the clock will stop, and JC Rule down on the ground. Let's take a look. So Powell and JC come together. You see Powell gets the first ball. And then JC and Diego Garcia collide. And with the way that the official came in right there at that spot, I thought he was going to try to make a call. There wouldn't have been a call against Trinity. But now the concern shifts to JC Rule still down on the ground. And we'll take a short break here while they attend to Rule and be right back. All right, welcome back, and kind of a chaotic scene. JC Rule bouncing around, jumping around. Looks like he's going to be good to go. Luke Mayfield has entered the game. Luke Mayfield has entered the game here for the Tigers. And then also re-entering in, I believe, Ian Alvarez for St. Thomas.
There's nothing on here, Ian. Nothing on here. Good.
SCAC cannot have the postseason tournament defined tonight. The game tomorrow, Texas Lutheran and Southwestern will play a big part of that. And then the games on Sunday still need to go according to plan for both of these squads. But not looking great here with 17 to play for St. Thomas. That can change in a hurry. And the sixth corner of the night coming for St. Thomas. Remember, none for the Tigers so far. Believe Ramirez to take. Sends it in, nicely put in ball, be headed out. And then Alvarez will send it skyward up over the net. Goal kick for Wilman, and Mayfield will depart as Rule comes back on. And I'm not saying the Tigers are going to take excessive amounts of time here, but I don't think they're going to be in an entirely big rush. I have seen teams maybe start to get a little bit more lax than that way, but I think they're still trying to push forward. They're hoping to make it 4-2 to give them a little bit of breathing room here. I think with that much time left, as we're almost to 15, 2-goal lead could be enough. Again, you are talking about the 9th and the 27th ranked offensive teams in the entire country. Angel Ramirez trying to feed it in. Finds his teammate, but it's taken away. Castro dispossessed. Powell. Trinity can't really clear this completely out. St. Thomas still basically on the attack, and now they've got it down low. Italo Rodriguez cuts back in. Sends it from distance, and it's just too high. Good look, good effort. Just got underneath it too much. Leonardo Mansour going back in. It looks like he'll go in for Daniel Castro.
Kelts, number 9, Leonardo Mansour.
Check downs in for Mike Meese. Meese. I'd say player of the game tonight here for the Tigers so far. First 75 minutes for sure. 2 goals and an assist. Tigers on top 3-2. Woolman sends it down. Veloz trying to get the call. Will not. It'll be a throw for the Kelts. The shot is blocked. It could have very well been a cross, but from right there, dangerous place for Trinity to let the ball roll free. Corner number 8. This one sent in nicely. Bounces around. Still bouncing. And another shot blocked. St. Thomas still on top of it. And now Adji. He's got space. He slows up and tries to run past his defender late. Good job from Alvarez. Now back to Adji. He's got it step. Can he cut it back inside? Can't find possession. Castro's down on the ground. And they're going to play it out so he can get attention. And he's grabbing his ankle. Did not see what happened on that one as he went to ground. We'll take clock stoppage here. 13-16 to play, second half. As they come out to attend to Daniel Castro. Scored the second goal of the game here for the Kelts. You can see favoring that right ankle. Although with every step he takes, it looks like it's a little bit more comfortable. He still needs to come off for some attention. They're going to send on a sub in the meantime. At this point in the game, you can't let a guy go for that long. Although he's saying he's good. And so he's going to stay on, but he does have to come to the side. And then once the ball's put back in play, he can re-enter. And then checking in be Tony Castro, but not at this moment. So Adji just throws it down to the other end for St. Thomas since they kicked it out. Just throws it in, and that's played on. So Castro back on. Now St. Thomas with a run. Daniel Espinosa. Is that one taken away by Veloz? And blocked by Instrel. Espinosa trying to make a run down on Veloz. And once again, Veloz all over it. And he'll get the goal kick. The clock stopped at 12:19. And alumni weekend, give a shout out to 2 former Tiger Network soccer announcers. We got Ryan Figgerts, who's FC Dallas squad, advanced into the postseason. Ryan had the call on FC Dallas radio the other night as they had that crucial 4-1 win over the Galaxy to advance into the postseason. And then tonight up in Dallas, another alum, Chris Garagiola, was the first voice for Trinity men's soccer all the way back in 2015, 2016. Had the mic back then. He's now calling Arizona Diamondbacks radio as they've got a lead in the bottom of the ninth, game 1 of the World Series. And St. Thomas making their way back. The foul on Trinity will leave the free kick. Danny Ramirez steps over the top. Could be dangerous from this spot. Low line drive. Probably needed to get it up a little bit more. St. Thomas still has it. Flores, far side. Trying to beat Instrahl. Will turn it around. Agi, Lazo. And Lazo makes connection there. Otherwise, that would have been potentially game over. And sent through. Woolman will let it run so he can take a few more seconds off the clock here. Hunter Kane will enter for the Tigers.
For the Tigers, number 11, Hunter Kane.
Is in for Will Powell. Played an excellent 80 so far. I don't think he's come off yet. And under 10 to play now. Clock continues to run. And Woolman will send it down deep. Shuey went for it. I believe Ramirez came up with the header. And the clock will stop. Danny Ramirez will take a yellow card on that one. He knocks Curry off the ball. .9:29 to play.
Come on, time, ref. Seven for 10. Chase, come here.
So, as you probably just heard, Aleman checking back in. He'll go in for Castro.
For the Kelts, number 7, Tati Alamar.
One goal scorer for the other. 9.5 to play. Blank. Low line drive. High boot. Sent away, and that'll be a Tiger throw. These balls played out by St. Thomas, giving Trinity a chance to just wipe off an extra 5 to 10 seconds every time. Up ahead, Agi. He's got one man to beat. Takes the shot, and it's wide. They're going to say deflection, so it'll be Trinity's first corner. And now the first normal set piece here from Trinity. They will score off a free kick earlier. Great job by Lazo on that save. And Trinity defender was brought down, but no call. This one played out, and not able to chase it down is going to be Jack Downs, but I think Downs might have been the player that was pulled down in the box. But it'll go out for a Lazo kick. And then a couple of subs coming in now. So Diego Lazo back in. Diego Garcia coming back in. And I believe number 13 checking in for the first time today, Jason Nunn. And so maybe look for something from the three of them combined, because right before they checked in, Coach Baez gathering them around and drawing something up. They need something here in the final 7.5. It's Trinity now with possession again. They can walk this off, get this thrown in the next 3 or 4 seconds, and it's 15 seconds from the time it went out to the time they throw it in. And just not working in St. Thomas's favor right now. That one's sent far side. Veloz not only steals it, keeps it right in front of him. Now he's got ability to make the run, and he's going to take it, just flick it on forward. He goes to ground, but he'll get back up. Official is right there on top of it. He didn't like anything that he saw, or he didn't feel that anything that he saw was going to merit any type of a whistle. And now they'll bring it back. Lazo plays up to the side. Alvarez can't get it past the defenders. Now back, Diego Lazo. Ramirez back to Alvarez, or excuse me, Leon. Lazo for a second had open field. Garcia sends this one into the box, and Willman loses it. Ow! And it just isn't there on the back foot for Nunn. That was the chance. Willman did not completely corral, and you're going to see it again. Excellent aerial assault from Nunn. Probably caused Willman a little bit of grief. The original shot partially blocked, and then Nunn just underneath it, sails it high, and you can see the Trinity defenders sigh of relief, hands on head. They couldn't believe what had happened either. Bernard Lee had the original shot that should be gone for a save as well. And so Willman's going to stay down. That's going to prompt the check. And Trinity looking to maybe bring in Joshua Lynch. Take one more look at it just to see. Well, maybe a knee to the face there as well. Inadvertent, obviously, but might be what he's getting a look at. And I think he's going to stay on after getting looked at. And so, obviously, if they stop the clock, you normally have to bring the guy out. But for the goalkeeper, there are the exceptions to leave them in. Played forward for Raji. Trinity throwing that one in rather quickly. Raji working the far corner.
Italo, I don't need you, Ian!
Downs. Instraw, he'll look to turn it around, and that will kill some more clock. Under 5. And that one given to Trinity. trying to fight his way through.
Some composure.
Downs has it at his foot.
That's fine. Stay.
Veloz.
Ian, go. Ian, out.
And the foul from behind.
Hey, you're not fucking moving, man. It doesn't matter. Any runs and behind and behind.
And the 4:09 will stop the clock. Here it is once more. I think once he took to the air, he just had to find his landing spot. And unfortunately, the only place was on Veloz, who had basically stopped right in front of him.
I don't need you. Vente. I don't need you there. Ian will step out.
Roughly the area that Eubank had earlier. The Tigers scored their third. And that one sent right into Lazo. Under 4 to play.
Jace, you find those. We play off of you. Sub-ref.
Mies wants the touch there from Lazo, but he's not going to get the call. And the sub will come in. Aleman's going to depart. And back in Tony Castro.
Emergency. That's not the time yet, Ivan. Ivan, that's not the time. Relax.
Veloz, Downs, and Unstrel. And that'll be played out by Trinity. Danny Ramirez chased down by Agi. He'll have to turn it around. 3 minutes to play. A little bit of uncertainty here, I think, from St. Thomas. Trying to make something happen, but they seem a little bit out of sorts. Everybody's just kind of got their hands up like, who's moving? What do you want me to do? Eventually, they try to play it into the box. Now Jack Downs will just play it forward, and he's got Agi on the far side, and he can roll it out there. Mies had gone offside briefly, and then ultimately that'll come back around. The flag stays down. Mies, he's already got 3, and that'll be a penalty. Lazo will concede the penalty there because if he doesn't, that is 4-2. At the very least, this gives him a chance to make the save. And you'll see it once more. If Mies gets past him on this one, there's nothing he can do to make that save. And so he'll take that and give him an opportunity. So the yellow card will come out. I think the Tigers are down there trying to plead for the red, but I don't think they're going to get it. I'm not quite certain what everybody's trying to do around the penalty spot. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Okay. So you can see the action that went on there that precipitated that. I think they're saying Mies was just trying to go over to the spot, and then they're basically blocking the spot. The AR and the official are talking. Just maybe trying to figure out if anything else needs to be called. I'll give credit, though. They have actually kept this. I mean, both of these teams came in knowing the stakes, knowing what this game meant. And tensions and tempers can get a little high. And for the most part, both of these two sides have done a great job coming all the way. It's been physical. And it's been exactly what you want out of a very competitive D3 game. So it'll be downs to essentially put this one away.
Chase, be ready to win the first ball. You'll make a save. He'll play you, Italo. You're playing on Chase.
4-2 Trinity. Jack Downs with maybe the final nail in the coffin here. Not impossible for St. Thomas to come back. And if you're a Tiger fan, this type of lead last year might have scared you. Multiple times they blew 2-goal leads in the final minutes. But no shot bigger here for Downs. Lazo guessed correctly, just couldn't get down there far enough.
Vamos, vamos.
2:23 to play. St. Thomas trailing by 2. Meese with 2 goals, an assist. And then drew the penalty. You have Trinity their 4th goal. This one played up and around. Go out for a throw. St. Thomas will try to get this one in quickly. And they're going to have to play this one all the way back. Not what they wanted to do. Excellent pressure up front from Meese and Adji. Bouncing around. It's still on the floor. And that one ultimately played out. It'll be a Trinity throw. And this will allow them to take a few vital seconds off the clock here.
One minute.
As we go under a minute, not all lost for St. Thomas, but they do need help. They need help. They need a Texas Lutheran win tomorrow night to find themselves into the tournament. A draw or a Southwestern win pretty much in their hopes. They also need to win on Sunday. Trinity, they could be looking at the number 2 seed, possibly the 3 seed. And the clock will run out here on St. Thomas. Trinity will take the victory 4-2. As we said, a pair of goals for Meese. Adji had one as well. Jack Downs with the penalty late that pretty much sealed it up. For St. Thomas, Aleman, the 17th league leading goal.
2 goals for Michael Meek.
And also Daniel Castro, for a brief moment in time, put the Kelts on top. They were not able to hold that lead. 3 unanswered from the Tigers here in the second half, and they take the victory. And it looks like they will be in the SCAC postseason championship. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. For Elizabeth, Ariel, David, Reed, and the rest of our crew, thank you so much for spending your time with us. Have a great rest of your night. Tiger fans, hope to see you on Sunday. That kickoff, 1 o'clock. May have been some confusion, but a 1 o'clock kickoff as the Tigers host Centenary. We'll have that for you here on the Tiger Network. Have a great night.